Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Goran, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Sunday, January 21st. Well, guys, we had a decent Saturday. We've hit seven free picks of all the ones that we had on the video, if I'm not mistaken, including the big one that we had in Serie A between Udinese and Milan, where we had Milan to win and both teams to score. That was like plus 285 or something like that. And of course, we've hit another parlay of the day. This is the third one in a row. It was plus 353 for a five leg parlay for Saturday. And I do have another one for you on Sunday as well. It's not a busy Sunday, not the usual busy that we are kind of used to. There's only nine free picks for you in this video, and of course, like I said, that parlay of the day. But the good news is that we have a few great games on Monday, so stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button. I do appreciate it a lot. And of course, feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos. As far as my best bets go, you can get them up on the website if you click the link in the description of this video. And we had a great day with premium picks as well. Went 4-1, hit some nice ones. Lost on that Schalke versus Hamburg pick. I had both teams to score, and they ended up losing to nil. Schalke did that is. But overall, a very, very good Saturday for us. Like I said, guys, you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. And let's win some money together, guys. Like I said, it's not a busy Saturday, Sunday as we are used to seeing it, but we still have a decent amount of free picks and a couple of games in the EPL to kick it off. 9 a.m. Eastern time, we have Sheffield hosting West Ham, and this potentially could be a very interesting game because Sheffield is coming off of a FA Cup win against Gillingham, and this is one of the last few games where they have some chance to kind of get back into the game and try to join in that race to stay in the league. But overall, they have only 9 points so far this season. They are in the bottom of this EPL standings. 49 conceded goals in 20 games. That's an average of over two conceded goals per game, while their offense simply hasn't been good enough to pick up the slack. As far as West Ham goes, they are now without a win in their last three games, and they ended up losing in the FA Cup to Bristol, which means that they got knocked out. But they're getting some players back from the injury list for this game, and that certainly will be very much helpful to them in this matchup on the road against Sheffield United. Uh, we have seen some overs, we have seen some unders in this matchup, but I think this is going to be a fairly open game where we're going to see some goals, guys. And for that reason, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to take over 2.5 at plus 113. You know that I like my over 2.5 picks, especially at the plus money. And I simply had to take it here. I think it's going to be a very open game. And even if Sheffield doesn't get on the scoreboard, I think that West Ham has what it takes to get us over 2.5 line on their own. So Sheffield versus West Ham over 2.5 goals at plus 113. The second pick in the EPL that we have is between Bournemouth and Liverpool. Two teams in excellent form, two teams scoring a lot of goals, two teams winning a lot of games. And both teams are coming off of a win. Bournemouth has beaten Queen's Park Rangers in the FA Cup. Liverpool has beaten Fulham in the Carabao Cup 2-1. But Liverpool has some issues with injuries right now and some absent players. Salah is injured. Endo is out playing for Japan. I see that Trent Alexander-Arnold is listed as injured as well. Soboslai, Tsimikas, Matip, Robertson, Bajcetic, and Thiago as well. So their depth will be a problem for this game, and that potentially is a chance for Bournemouth to do something and to keep their nice and positive winning streak alive. And the fact that they have been scoring a lot of goals both at home and on the road will certainly be very helpful to them here in this game. The goals are expected in this game, as we can see, over 2.5 is minus 200. But I decided to take over 1.5 goals in the first half, which is plus 112 at the moment. I think that both teams will try to get on the scoreboard as soon as possible to kind of relieve the pressure, but I don't think that we're going to see a clean sheet, to be honest, in this game. So we could have gone with both teams to score an over 2.5. We could have taken just the over 3 or something like that. But I think that we're going to see at least two goals in the first half, and that's going to be my pick for this one. Off to Spanish La Liga, guys. Real Madrid is hosting Almeria, and they are massive, massive favorites. And I think that they are going to be out for blood after that loss to Atletico Madrid in Copa del Rey, which they got knocked out of at the moment. Not at the moment. They got knocked out of right now. But Almeria is the worst team in the league by far, by all metrics. They're not scoring a lot of goals. They're scoring less than a goal on average. They have conceded 43 goals in 20 games, 25 conceded goals in 10 games on the road. That's an average of 2.5 conceded goals per game, and they're still winless on the road. Real Madrid. Undefeated at home so far this season. They have been quite effective with 22 scored goals in 9 home games. Defensively, one of the best home teams in the league. And I think that, like I said, they will be out for blood in this game. So I'm gonna take Real Madrid team total over 1.5 goals in the first half. That's plus 135. So basically, that means that Real Madrid has to score twice in the first half for us to win this pick. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them doing that in the first 20 minutes of the game. So this is my pick for this one. For our next pick, we have a pretty big matchup between Betis and Barcelona, where Betis is the home team, but they are pretty heavy underdogs. And I'm gonna go against every fiber of my being, guys, in this one. I'm taking Barcelona on the money line. Barcelona, as sloppy as they have been on that defensive end, as struggling they have been in that attacking end when it comes to creating chances and scoring goals, they usually tend to step up their game in a big game like this. And honestly, this one smells as the under to me. Betis also one of the best defensive teams at home with only 4 conceded goals, and Barcelona averaging about a goal and a half scored when playing on the road. But defensively, they haven't been that bad when playing on the road. And I think this is going to be a very competitive game, and I think it's going to be a very, very narrow match. Betis undefeated at home so far this season. Barcelona undefeated on the road, which is quite strange. But Betis hasn't won any of their last 5 games against Barcelona, and their form has been all over the place this season. They have been struggling a lot, and they're coming into this game with a ton of injuries. So to keep it simple, guys, like I said, I'm taking Barcelona on the money line. I'm putting my faith in my team, and hopefully, for once this season, they step up and show up and get a nice win on the road. So I'm taking Barcelona on the money line. The last pick in Spanish Liga is between Girona and Sevilla, and I think this was going to be a highly entertaining one. Sevilla did win their last Copa del Rey game, but in La Liga, it's been a while since they got a win. They haven't won any of their last 3 La Liga games. While Girona on the other side, after that sloppy game against Almeria last weekend, nil-nil, by the way, they went out and beat Rayo Vallecano 3-1 in Copa del Rey. So they're back to their effective form. They're back to their goal scoring form. And now they're playing against this Sevilla team, the team that hasn't been conceding a lot on the road, 12 goals in 9 games, but the team that has been in a horrible form throughout the entire season. So over 2.5, guys, minus 143. I honestly think this one might go either way. It depends how Sevilla will start this match, but I definitely see goals in this one, possibly on both sides. So Girona versus Sevilla over 2.5 goals at minus 143. In German Bundesliga, we have a couple of games, and the first one is between Bayern Munich and Werder Bremen. As we can see, Bayern Munich is a huge, 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 huge favorite in this game, and as they should be because they are the best team in the league. In second place right now with 41 points, undefeated in their last 5 games, and with Harry Kane in the lineup, this team is either going to score 6 goals or they're barely going to score 1 goal here, and that's been known to happen. The bad news for Werder Bremen is that they are missing a few players because of the suspension, and that's Bittencourt and Marvin Duksch, two of their best players in the lineup. And this is going to be a huge, huge deal for them because whoever ends up playing for Bayern Munich is probably twice as better than any other player that Werder Bremen has. And Bayern is still undefeated at home this season with 33 score goals in 8 games. So I think this was going to be an insane game. Hopefully, we see a bunch of goals so we can take Bayern Munich to win an over 3.5 and such. But I think I found a decent value on the corners, and that's over 9.5 corner kicks combined between both teams at minus 139. We could dig a little bit deeper to find some value maybe on player props and such, but I think that over 9.5 corners is highly likely, and I am aware that Bayern Munich will probably have to do majority of the heavy lifting here, but I think we're gonna see these 10 corners that we need in this game. For our next pick in Bundesliga, guys, we have Borussia Mönchengladbach playing against Augsburg, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple. We have two teams with a very sloppy defenses, but two teams very much capable of scoring goals, and two teams that are fairly healthy. Sure, they do have a couple of injuries each, or suspended players, that is, but both teams scoring over 2.5 at -128. This seems like a steal to me, guys, and I will gladly take this price for this pick. In the Italian Serie A, guys, we are going to kick it off with Empoli versus Monza, which, in my opinion, should be a very tight game because both teams are kind of in a sloppy form right now, and Empoli hasn't won any of their last 8 games, and they are now in the relegation zone. They're still 5 or 6 points away from the safe zone, but this is a game that they have to get at least point out of. They have only one home win, two draws, and 7 losses. But when playing at home against Monza, they haven't lost in their last 4 games. So I'm kind of hoping that they are going to step it up, at least defensively, if not offensively, in this game. And for that reason, I'm going to go with first half draw at +105 in this game in Serie A. And the last pick before we move on to the parlay of the day, guys, we have Lecce playing against Juventus, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple as well. Juventus is on a that is 6 game winning streak right now, and they have conceded only 3 goals in those 6 games. They have kept 2 clean sheets in a row, one against Frosinone, one against Sassuolo 3-0. While Lecce on the other side is a decent team. They are above the relegation zone. They are doing a solid job overall this season, but they're not scoring a lot of goals. And this is going to be a great opportunity for Juventus to keep another clean sheet. And like I said, keeping it simple, guys, I'm taking Juventus on the money line at -143. And now we are off to the parlay of the day, guys. Another one. Let's try to make it 4 in a row. Let's keep this nice positive winning streak alive. Bournemouth versus Liverpool over 2.5 goals. Betis versus Barcelona over 3.5 cards combined. Real Madrid win and over 2.5 goals against Almeria. Ajax team total over 1.5 goals in the Dutch Eredivisie. And Bayern win and over 2.5 goals against Werder Bremen in Bundesliga. This 5 leg parlay, guys, plays out at +357. We hit the one on Saturday. We hit the two that we had last weekend. So let's make it 4 in a row. Let's make some nice money, guys. And of course, let's have a great day all together. That's it. Enjoy your day. Good luck with all of your bets. And I'll see you soon with more free picks.